I am sitting in Kings Canyon National Park next to a sequoia stump with a story that must be told. In a moment, I'll show you this beautiful, tiny little waterfall made by felled trees. And because today is very foggy and moist, you can see some snow back there. It has a very ethereal vibe. I was not expecting it to be like this today. I'm like, it's spring, it's gonna be sunshiny. It's not sunshiny. So the big thing for me was I needed to see some sequoias. So I'm sitting by one, which we're going to be in just a moment, and I'm going to tell you the story. And then up the way, I hugged a sequoia, and driving up here was so frightening that I'm like, I don't need to stay long here. I got my $20 annual pass to all the national parks, my Great America Pass. I chatted with some folks who are here from Europe, and that felt good. And so welcome to Kings Canyon National Park, a mini visit for you to enjoy with me. The drive up here was so foggy as we climbed up to about, the mountain was 5,000 feet up, and visibility was next to nothing. And yeah, it was quite something. Not fun, but I'm so glad we got here. One of the things that surprises me at some of our greatest national parks is until you get right up to where you're going, you might not know there's anything totally spectacular right on the other side. Grand Canyon is like this. You pull up to the Grand Canyon, you cannot tell that there's going to be a huge, magnificent hole in the ground soon. It just looks like every place else. While this really doesn't look like every place else. So while I had hoped for a sunny trip to Kings Canyon National Park, it is very ethereal today. Okay, what you are seeing here behind me is a stump of a giant sequoia that was cut down in 1891. It was sacrificed so that the people in the East and the Midwest could see that yes, these huge trees existed. It wasn't a photographic trick of some kind. They took this tree down, they cut it apart, and they reconstructed it in the Museum of Natural History in New York City. They also felled another sequoia tree that they sent to the World's Fair in Chicago. Again, they cut down one of these giants, not really thinking about what that might mean to the ecosphere or the environment. The thing about sequoias is they live in groves. They have low root bases, and so the trees depend on the other trees to give them life. So here we go to the Mark Twain Sequoia tree stump. We're going to go up into it so you can see more of how huge it is from the inside. Okay, so we're walking up the stairs. I'm not sure how coordinated I will be or how coordinated this will be. This is when I need a GoPro. But I don't have a GoPro like some of you people have because you're too cool. Or more cool than me. Okay. And this is inside the sequoia, which is kind of cool. Let's go up. Oh my goodness. 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 Okay. This is breathtaking. I'm going to put the camera to the stump so you can see the amazingness of it. But I really want you to see how big it is from up here. So I'm just going to set my tripod down. And then walk around. See how big? Still on the stump. And I'm still on the stump. there's no way of telling how long this will be walkable either. There are some redwoods you can drive through, but many of those aren't open anymore. And there are some redwoods that you can stand in the middle of. I did that earlier. I might do that on video on the way out. That are dead. It's like I said, sequoias live in community. They can't survive without the other sequoias feeding them and their root bases taking care of one another. So, as I walked over the stump, I wanted to show you what it looked like, and also for you to take some screenshots if you'd like to hold on to now and in the future, because who knows if and when you will ever be able to see this stump. Look at the edges. It all makes me so curious, especially as to when this won't be available for people anymore. And it really made me think about our natural resources and how blessed I was to see this. Because it's foggy, you can't really see some of the sequoias. There's an older one over there. It's kind of probably dying, but there you can see the more red looking one. That's a sequoia. This might be a young sequoia, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful and incredible. The stump is it is so worth it. So here we go. The walk to the stump is really rather short, probably about a half a mile, and I wanted to be sure you saw some of the surrounding areas nearby. I can't believe it's been almost 2 weeks since Jenny and I took that trip to Kings Canyon National Park. It was really eye-opening. I only wish that we could have spent longer there, but we tried to go further into the park and the visibility was so bad that there was no way I was going to do that, especially since I knew I would be able to go down the hill and literally, 2 or 3 miles down, it was clear. It was like the cloud cover just hovered over those 6,000 foot high mountains and just would not let go. The good thing is we went on the day that we went, because the next day there was snow and we could not have gotten up to see the stump. So my hope is for you that if you have never been out to Kings Canyon National Park or Sequoia National Park, they're actually my favorites over Yosemite, although they're in that same general area. If you wanted to plan a trip to go to numerous national parks on the West Coast, you would see so many really cool things that you would not see in other parts of the country. And if you're coming out west, you might as well go to the national parks in Utah. There's nothing to me like Zion National Park. There's also some state parks in Arizona that are equally incredible. So why not take a great Southwest road trip like my kids and I did a few years ago? Now that I did this one, and now that I have my wonderful National Parks Pass, I might have to go out for more in the near future, because someone's planning another trip next winter, taking the southern route during January, up into Central California again, and then going along. I might go along the north, depending on, it'll be in March, so I don't know if I'll be able to go that far north because, lots of snow. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm not going to plan too much right now, but I did just want to stop this with some kind of conversation with you. Please, if you don't subscribe already, I'd love to have you as a part of my world where I'll be making more videos similar to this, but also videos about writing, creativity, and all kinds of stuff that I don't even know yet, because we're still in the anti-expert creativity crone era. And while I have found some things out and I do know where I'm going to live next, which I didn't know a few weeks ago, I still have numerous unknowns that will be smushed up and stirred up and tossed around. So you never know where you'll find me. I don't know where I'll find me. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll have more videos more regularly in the days and weeks to come. Thanks again.